Hello, this is Miranda with Multiplicity Crafts, and today we are doing budget-friendly decoupage for beginners. Now, the supplies you will need are shown. I do use additional supplies later in the tutorial, but these will get you started. I just hand cut the Mosaic pieces of cardstock out of my Bo Bunny Secret Garden collection. Begin with a piece of cardboard and use your decoupage mixture. Paint on the corner where you're going to place your first piece. On cardboard, the cardstock doesn't want to stick real well, so you may have to press pretty firmly and go back over it again later. It's also helpful to use the edge of the brush, as I will show later on, to press down the edges if they try to lift. And just for your information, if you don't know what this mixture is, this decoupage mixture, I do have it listed in my blog. It's basically 2/3 glue to 1/3 water. That's kind of a cheap way to make your own decoupage. Notice how I'm also using the end of the brush. I kind of roll it over the pieces of cardstock to help adhere it down to the cardboard. And here I'm just showing how you can kind of go over the edges with a little bit of your mixture and then press into place with the brush, and that'll help it adhere down better too. And just keep continuing this process until you are beginning to see your mosaic take shape. Some of the mosaic pieces, they just don't seem to fit together real well, and so you may have to cut custom pieces so they do fit. But as a whole, you can usually angle them certain ways, and on mine I cut 3 different patterns of paper and I alternated. So I have like the light blue and then the blue and white floral and then the different floral pattern, as you can see. This is kind of what it looks like when you have an edge of it done. This is what it looks like when you are finished with laying your mosaic pieces. I just go along the edges and cut the overhang of the paper. You can also go in with a buffer block meant for acrylic nails. You can find it at the beauty store. And you can file the edges also. And once you have your mosaic trimmed on the edges, all the overhang paper, again, you can go back with your buffer block, and if there's any edges that are too close where your scissors won't quite fit in, you can file those edges off. And again, just get a really coarse buffer block, one that is meant for acrylic nails, so it will be coarse enough to cut through the paper. It's kind of hard to see here because it's such a small piece of paper that I'm filing the edge off, but you can tell if it's a larger piece. And once you're done with that, just go back over your entire mosaic with a generous coat of your decoupage mixture. And you'll notice I haven't mixed up very much. It's just a small little plastic cup, and that's what I put my mixture in, and really it lasted me the entire project. You don't need much. And I like to add 2 to 4 layers of this decoupage mixture over the top when I'm finished, letting the coats dry in between. And this is extra. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but I wanted the look of grout in between my mosaic tiles. And so I went in with my twistable gel crayon. I colored in the grout, if you will, and went back with a cotton swab and spread that. Because this crayon is a gel, it does spread easily. And also you can use the clean edge of the cotton swab to erase any white marks that you may have got on any of your mosaic tiles. But just go through, and you don't have to be super neat or tidy with this process because, like I say, you can go in and clean up afterwards. And it kind of gives it a nice look if it's not completely 100% neat. It just kind of gives it a natural look. So here we're just continuing the process of adding in our faux grout. And again, just you can use any kind of a gel crayon that you may have, gelatos or anything like that will work. And some people might like the look of the cardboard as their grout, and that's perfectly fine too. I just kind of wanted to see what I could come up with if I added the white on the background. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be white. You can add, maybe you like a dark charcoal gray or black. That would work too. And the cotton swabs come in helpful when you're trying to kind of spread the color a little bit. And it also softens it. I'm going around and kind of cleaning up the edges where I might have got on my cardstock tiles. And this is what it looks like. I went ahead and put an extra coat of the decoupage on top after I added the grout. I just wanted to seal everything in. And here I'm just adding some ribbon to the edge. It's actually a crushed velvet ribbon, and it's a little bit thicker. And then here's some of my decorations. I did go in with my gel crayon and add some detail on my leaves, as you can see. I cut these out with my Cricut Expression, but you can find die cuts of this, or you can hand cut your own leaves. And this is what it looks like once it's all decorated. I did the initial D and just added all of the leaves and the ribbon to kind of tie in with the ribbon frame. And I think it turned out pretty good considering it's just a piece of cardboard and some cardstock. So it's very inexpensive, easy, and a fun project. I hope you enjoyed this, and please remember, it's free to subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber for future videos. Thank you for watching.